The death of Keenan Anderson has sparked renewed calls for better policing and justice across the country. His encounter with police was captured on body camera footage. We want to warn you, the video is disturbing. This body cam footage dated January 3rd shows Los Angeles police officers arresting and then using a taser on Anderson. He later died in the hospital after suffering cardiac arrest. The 31-year-old English teacher and father was the cousin of Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors, who joins us now. Patrisse is an artist and abolitionist and was the first person to use Black Lives Matter hashtag on social media. Thank you so much for joining us, Patrisse.
Thank you for having me.
Sorry it's under these conditions, but tell us about your cousin Keenan, who he was, what his passions were, what his aspirations were. What do you want people to know about him?
Thank you for asking. My cousin was a school teacher. He was an English school teacher at the Digital Pioneers Academy in DC before he was brutally killed by LAPD. He's a father. He is a beloved family member. He was really loved his family and loved his community so much. He would do anything for his students, anything for his family, and he'll be dearly missed. We lost a giant.
When I read about your cousin's death, it reminded me of this other case that we've been talking about in Tennessee, which then made me look at how often this sort of thing happens with traffic stops. And it's frequent, more frequent than you would expect. I'm talking about traffic stops where it's just a traffic stop. We're not talking about weapons. We're not talking about any of that sort of stuff. Why do you think traffic stops... Why do you think that this seems to be sort of a moment where things can go very badly?
For a number of reasons. I think about how Philando Castile was killed at a traffic stop. My cousin, Keenan Anderson, now killed at a traffic stop. I think there are some real policy fixes that we can establish so that Black people specifically and their contact with law enforcement doesn't end in a deadly interaction. We have to reimagine what a traffic stop could look like. Why can't we have unarmed professionals who are trained in crisis, both physical and mental health crisis, to respond to a non-lethal traffic stop? In this instance, there could have been mental health professionals or physical health professionals who showed up to the scene to really establish a container so that my cousin could have went to the hospital much sooner. He was asking for help, he was begging for help, and he didn't receive that.
So, Patrisse, as you are well aware, back in 1964, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose birthday we celebrated yesterday, wrote in Why We Can't Wait. This is a quote from Dr. King. Armies of officials are clothed in uniform, invested with authority, armed with the instruments of violence and death, and conditioned to believe that they can intimidate, maim, or kill Negroes with the same recklessness that once motivated the slave owner. That was in 1964. What does your cousin's death signal about the relationship between police and the Black community in America today in 2023?
Well, I spent all of my King Day with other community members and family members trying to figure out how to manifest King's dream. If MLK's dream was manifested, my cousin would be alive right now. So many victims and survivors of state violence and police violence would be alive today. I would not be on air with you right now. We have a long ways to go. And we need elected officials here in Los Angeles County. We launched a petition calling on Mayor Bass and city council members to have Chief Moore resign. Don't give him another 2 to 3 years. He's the chief of police here in Los Angeles. We are also asking for the county to reevaluate cops at traffic stops. I wish I was meeting you under different circumstances. I wish I was talking to this audience under different circumstances, but I'm not. And so many Black people deserve to be alive today, and they aren't because of police violence.
You already know the sort of painful details of this incident. You know, the LAPD released a statement saying that your cousin was resisting arrest. We know that as you saw the video, that he was being held by officers. He was tased multiple times. he did not pass away there, it was later at the hospital. I want to ask you, what do you make of the LAPD's statement? What do you think should happen with the officers involved?
Well, I think the one thing that I keep thinking about, because I got to see the video before the public, was how my cousin begged for help. The first thing he did was flag down an officer and said, "Help me." Those cries weren't listened to. The other thing I think about is, why is LAPD releasing toxicology reports when that has nothing to do with my cousin's death? And number three, no human being should die in fear. And I witnessed my cousin in absolute fear. No Black person wants to face off with law enforcement. It's some of our worst nightmares to die at the hand of the police. And my cousin's nightmare and our family's nightmare is now our living, waking truth.
Patrisse Cullors, thank you for talking with us. This is heartbreaking for any family, but because we know how hard you have been working over the past couple of years to bring to light these issues, I just can't imagine, what it was like to learn about what happened with your cousin. Thank you.
Thank you so much.